Hey, everybody, I am with Dr. Catherine Arnston. I have gotten her to sit down for 2 seconds, actually, hopefully 20 minutes with us, so she can share why she is so sought after, so all over the world. I think she may be in Miami today. I'm not sure. She's headed to New York. We got her in this country at least, and it's really the sensation over these two guys here. Now, if you've been to the Cone Health Institute, you've seen it, you've tried it, and then you've bitched to me that we've run out again and again and again. I swear to God, we order a ton every single time, but it is one of the most used products in this clinic. It does heavy lifting for so many different things. And we have the woman herself who has been researching this for a long, long time and then making it so that we can get it, use it, like it, afford it, all of the different things, and the quality far beyond anybody. It is the only, I can't really say that about any other things. It is the only spirulina and the only chlorella that we use in our clinic. The only. Like we have, people go, oh, you have 3,000 products in your clinic. Yeah. But in this space, these are the ones. So, Doc, thanks for being with us. And why does it have no equal?
Well, that could take a day. Well, bottom line is we're all looking for high value with anything we do because we're all so busy and we need to fuel our bodies so that they can perform optimally for us, our brain, our body. And so I'm in love with algae. In fact, I wrote a little book called The Algae Love Story because it will love your body back to health for a number of reasons. The two main algae we sell are, as Dr. Cohen mentioned, spirulina, which is a blue-green algae, which is why it's packaged in blue, and it gives you energy, which is why we call it energy bits. It gives you mental, physical energy and mitochondria energy, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And the other algae is chlorella, which is a green algae, which is why it's packaged in green and has a plant on it because it does belong to the plant kingdom. So the great thing about these two algae is that we grow them in fresh water, so that's not from the ocean. Yes, there is algae in the ocean, but this is grown, and ours is grown in triple-filtered spring mountain water. And why is that important? Because algae will absorb whatever's in the water. So if there's toxins in the water, they're going to be in your algae too, which is why Dr. Cohen loves ours, because we don't ever have any toxins. And here's a couple of pictures of algae farms, just so you know that I'm not telling you anything that's incorrect. There's a spirulina farm, and here's a chlorella farm. We grow ours in Taiwan, which is the gold standard. So the great thing about algae is it's the most nutrient-dense food in the world. We have a quote from NASA that says 1 gram of algae has a equivalent nutrition of 1,000 grams of fruits or vegetables. And we have a quote from the United Nations that says algae has the highest concentration of protein in the world. Spirulina has 3 times the amount of protein as steak. And why is that important? Because we're not getting the nutrients that we need from our food, whether you have vegetables or not. And we're also surrounded with toxins. And the average adult in America has 700 toxins in them. So spirulina and chlorella come in these tiny little tablets. Spirulina is the dark one, chlorella is the lighter green one. And each one of these tablets has the same nutrition as an entire plate of vegetables. One tablet has the same nutrition as about a pound of vegetables. So whether you are at home, whether you are a career person, whether you're an athlete, whether you have kids or not, this is the most nutrient-dense food in the universe, and that's documented with 100,000 studies. 100,000. You can't argue with that big number. We're not talking 5 or 50 or 500 even. 100,000 prove all the health benefits of spirulina and chlorella algae, and they are effortless to take. Now, I chew mine. I just had some, so my tongue's really green. But most people like to swallow the spirulina because it's very high in protein, so it's very chewy and sticks to your teeth. Chlorella is a little bit better, tastes more like a sunflower seed. But not only are you going to get the effortless nutrition, 40 vitamins and minerals, highest chlorophyll, highest protein in the world, you just open your mouth and swallow them. Easy peasy. Whether you are on a medical protocol, whether you have kids and you want to make sure they get the nutrients they need, whether you have pets love this stuff too. It's effortless and takes seconds. So carnivores, vegans, low cal, low carb, if you're on GLP-1, this is the answer for you because it's so effortless, concentrated nutrition. We have so much science that I'll talk to you about some of it that shows all the benefits. It has nutrients in it in spirulina chlorella not found in any other food or supplement or drug that will help you keep what you have for your health and regain what you've lost. So you want to protect what you have and regain what you've lost. And you can do it effortlessly with spirulina and chlorella algae. That's why I
Well,
love it.
one of the tells, if you will, is not just how good you feel when you take them, but the reminder of when you've run out. It's a horrible thing. When you run out and you go, oh my God, it wasn't my yoga class. It wasn't that I started drinking better water or sauning. It was those little green tablets. Now, I love how simple and easy you make it for all of us and for our patients and for anybody who just wants to actually make sure they do it right. So you just showed me some cool little cards that you had made
Yeah.
up. Can you show us that? Because people are like, oh, Mike, do I take more? And like, people will go and they'll see my wife, Dr. Christine, take like handfuls of them. And not everybody could or should start with handfuls.
Yes, because they're
She's
yeah.
a big fan.
Yes.
So can you talk us through, how we introduce them when we're getting started and where we can take them for athletic performance and just really to not grab coffee all the time, all the things.
Absolutely. So spirulina, which is the blue-green algae, we call it energy bits because it fuels your brain, it fuels your body, and it fuels your mitochondria. And we'll get into a deeper dive on that because what it does is it produces cellular energy. It has nutrients in here, something an antioxidant called superoxide dismutase, and also the phycocyanin, which is the blue pigment, which improve the production of your ATP, which is your cellular energy. Mitochondria are like the lights in a building. Now, in a building, if you have a power shortage or your light bulb goes out, you can't do any work. Well, in your body, those light bulbs and the electricity are your mitochondria. They generate everything to allow you to live, but they die as you get older, and so your lights in your building go out, and it's because primarily you're missing an antioxidant called superoxide dismutase, also known as SOD, and your body stops making it for you after the age of 40. Spirulina has the highest concentration of superoxide dismutase in the world, and it's a bacteria, so it gets into your body instantly. It literally turns the lights back on in your body. But anyways, spirulina, energizing, satisfies your hunger. It's great. So that's why it's great in the morning, in the afternoon, as a pre-workout. You take it anytime you are hungry and you want energy and focus. Whether you're driving a car, writing an exam, doing brain surgery, and just and an athlete. We fuel NHL teams and NFL teams, and they have it before their game. So in terms of how many to take, we put together these cute little cards. So 10 tablets a day is really your starter amount. This will fill all of your nutritional gaps. And trust me, we all have nutritional gaps. And because there's 40 vitamins and minerals and the highest protein, 64% per, and the highest chlorophyll, when you take spirulina every day, like 10 tablets a day, this can replace most of your other supplements. So now, not only is it simpler, it's going to be cost effective because you can get rid of a multivitamin, fish oil, CoQ10, collagen powder, a lot of other nutrients because they're all in the algae. Mother Nature created algae for us 4 billion years ago. So I can't take credit for algae, but what I can take credit for is growing it so carefully. We preserve all the nutrients for you. So it's like the difference between when you take algae, it's like listening to an orchestra because you have factors and cofactors. Everything works together. When you take individual supplements, it's sort of like listening to a bunch of grade 3 soloists who are all playing different instruments and different music. And they don't work very well together. So Mother Nature has done all the heavy lifting for you. So you don't have to worry about whether to take it with food, whether to take it on an empty stomach. And it's just great for being on intermittent fasting. Does not upset your stomach, just like supplements do. So 10 is your starter amount. Now, if you want to get a little bit better results, that would be 20 a day. And you could take 10 at a time or 20 all at one time. And 30 is where you start optimizing. You could have 30 for lunch. And by the way, they come in little pouches of 30, so you don't have to measure them out if you don't want to. This will 1 calorie per tablet, satisfy your hunger for 2 or 3 hours, give you all the energy and focus that you want, whether you're playing a sport or hanging out, driving your kids around. And as I mentioned, your pets would love it too. So you can go up the stage, start with 10, get up to 20 or 30. Now, if you're doing extractions, like you have mercury extractions, we would recommend the 30 of spirulina. And this is a good time to talk about chlorella. Now, chlorella is a completely different algae. Remember, again, it's the green algae and is a plant. Spirulina gives you energy. Chlorella is a wellness algae, helps you recover from anything. That's why we call it recovery bits. It will pull out toxins, heavy metals, lead, mercury, radiation, glyphosate, pesticides. If you're eating vegetables, I can promise you, you're getting glyphosate and pesticides. If you're eating processed foods, you're getting glyphosate and pesticides, and seed oil, and microplastics. Chlorella will pull it all out, and it does it by attaching and chelating those toxins and removing them. Now, chlorella also has the highest chlorophyll in the world. Chlorophyll kills bacteria. In fact, if you see algae blooms on your beach, it's because they're Mother Nature's cleanup crew. They kill bacteria and absorb toxins. They do the same thing in your body. So chlorella is a detoxer. It's a cleanser. It builds your immune system. It has fiber to feed your gut biome. Oh, and speaking of elimination of toxins, it also stimulates bowel movements. Anybody who's on medication, traveling, not drinking enough water, stressed out, we know you're constipated. This solves the problem. It also has the highest tryptophan in the world, which is a precursor to melatonin, so it helps you get into a deep sleep. So this is why we generally recommend chlorella before bed. Take it after meals, take it after a workout. It pulls athletes, listen up, it pulls out lactic acid, so you won't suffer from DOMS, which is a delayed onset muscle soreness. So this is much a recovery, detoxing, wellness algae, which heals your gut. By the way, spirulina, because it does so much for your mitochondria, and your brain has the most mitochondria, it's very much brain food. So chlorella has the same kind of numbers, 10, 20, 30. 10 will give you all the chlorophyll that you need to boost your immune system. 20 will start to get you into that detox range, pull out lactic acid, pull out some glyphosates. But if you truly want to do a full detox, if you're getting mercury amalgams removed, you definitely need 30 tablets. Now, oh, by the way, one of the great things that pulls out, alcohol, because your body converts alcohol into toxins. So as you get older, it's harder to respond or recover from alcohol. I don't drink very much, but occasionally I like a nice Sauvignon Blanc. And by the way, I turn 70 next year at 70. So as you get older, your body takes a longer time to recover from alcohol. This is your answer. So you can still party if you want, but make sure you're taking your 30 chlorella. After you're ready to go to bed, you will be sober in an hour and a half, and you will wake up fresh as a daisy. You will never have a hangover, and that is my absolute promise to you. So just to recap, spirulina in the morning, 10 is a starter, 20 is a better amount, 30 you are a champ, and you're getting optimal benefits, lunch or as an athlete, and chlorella, which again, 10 will get you the chlorophyll in the phytonutrients to fill gaps. 20 will get you closer to starting a mini detox, and 30 is definitely your full detox, whether it's from alcohol, glyphosate, pesticides, and it's used for gut health. So spirulina, brain health, chlorella, gut health.
So simple, love it. Since you just brought it up, I was going to ask you something else, but listen, we all know that our health is directly dependent on our gut microbiome. I know, again, we could talk forever about it. Can you spend a minute or two on these products and what it does to really help create that prebiotic, probiotic terrain, if you will, so that people aren't as dependent on some of these things that they've been dependent on for their gut?
Yes. Well, gut health and mitochondria health are the two cornerstones for all health. And if it's okay, I'll address mitochondria first, because as I mentioned briefly, your mitochondria are the electricity and the generator of all cellular energy. So the reason why we call spirulina energy bits isn't because it's a stimulant. It is not a stimulant. Stimulants are like caffeine, chemicals, or sugar. And it's like putting paper on a fire, and you get a burst and then a crash. Spirulina, because of the nutrients found in it, not found in any other food, especially there's something called superoxide dismutase, it's like putting a log on the fire. So it generates energy at a steady level. Now, your body can't store cellular energy. It's called ATP. And so whatever you're doing in the moment is where the energy will be directed. So if you're healing from an illness, or if you're doing a workout, you will get that ATP directed to that particular activity. Now, women suffer particularly as they get into their perimenopause and menopause, because what's happening after the age of 40, your body is no longer, which it used to make this superoxide dismutase for you, but after 40, it slows down and literally stops shortly after 40. And what superoxide dismutase does is it, in the production of that cellular energy, called ATP, a byproduct are free radicals. And your mitochondria have their own DNA. They're located exactly where the ATP is produced. So they are bombarded with free radicals, but only after the age of 40, because your body makes this stuff called superoxide dismutase that acts on the free radicals and converts them into harmless water and oxygen. The way I describe it to people, it's like having a big golf umbrella. Whether you're golfing or shopping and you have one of those big golf umbrellas and you get stuck in the rain, you pop that big baby up and you don't stop the rain, but you stop getting wet. Superoxide dismutase does the same thing for your mitochondria. It does not stop the rain of free radicals. They're a natural byproduct of ATP. But what they do is they convert the free radicals into water and oxygen, so your mitochondria are saved. But your body stops making this stuff after the age of 40, just like it slows down melatonin, it slows down hormones for women, it's like estrogen. And this is exactly when chronic disease kicks in. So if you are at the late 30s, definitely after 40, you need spirulina, because it is the only source of this stuff called superoxide dismutase. It's like giving your mitochondria back their golf umbrella. The golf umbrella got ripped away from you after the age of 40, and there is nothing you can do about it because your body doesn't start making it anymore. So we can help your mitochondria get back on track, get your lights back on, and because your brain has the most mitochondria, 2 million per cell, we can turn the lights back on first in your brain. That's why spirulina is your brain health solution. And whether it's mental health, post-traumatic stress disorder, any kind of dementia, Alzheimer's, it really helps correct that situation. And we have tens of thousands of scientific papers that prove that. There's a great book, by the way, by the name of Dr. Chris Palmer called Brain Energy. And he's a psychiatrist and on the medical school at Harvard. And his entire book is about how all brain issues are based on damaged mitochondria in your brain. So we can get your brain back. We can turn your lights back on with spirulina because it gives you the superoxide dismutase you're needing. Now, your brain is connected to your gut by something called the vagus nerve, and they communicate with one another. So when your brain starts to function better, it communicates better with your gut, but we need to get it back on track too. And the way to do that is with chlorella, because chlorella has fiber in it. Your gut health is determined by a number of things, but you need healthy bacteria in your gut because they generate what's called short-chain fatty acids, and they are responsible for building all of your immune system. Your immune system is your body's first line of defense when you are exposed to any kind of invader, whether it's a virus or a pesticide. Think of your immune system as your police force. And if somebody's breaking into your house, you call the police, they track them down, they pull them out, and they do something with them. Chlorella that's what your immune system does. It identifies your invaders, kills them or gets rid of them, and remembers how to protect you in the future. So you want the strongest police force in your body. Chlorella, because of the fiber and the chlorophyll and the 40 vitamins and minerals that's in there, will build your immune system so you have the strongest police force possible to ensure that your health and your gut are working optimally. One of those things with the detox issue You remove toxins 4 ways: breath, sweat, urine, and bowel movements. So, since this is a biostacking conference, I want to remind people that these products work very well on their own, but they stack really well with anything else that you're doing. Cold plunge, cryotherapy, red light therapy, saunas. Always take your spirulina first. It could be the 10 or 20 because it gets into your bloodstream instantly. Seconds if you chew it, minutes if you swallow it. And it has it has chlorophyll and that phycocyanin, which is the blue pigment, so it can get to work. Then you always take your chlorella after your other bio-stack activity. Why? Because chlorella is the cleanup crew. When you are in a sauna, you're sweating and releasing toxins through the sweat, but you don't want those toxins to be reabsorbed. When you're in cryo or a cold plunge, your body, all the blood rushes to your core because your body thinks it's dying, and so you want to nourish your core with the spirulina, but then your body also goes through a stage called autophagy, which is cellular cleaning. Just like when you have teenagers and you tell them to clean up their room, finally all the stuff is put away and maybe there's a bunch of trash that was underneath a bunch of stuff and that gets thrown out. Well, with autophagy, your cell is cleaning itself up and wants to gets rid of the toxins, but you do not want those toxins reabsorbed. That's why you want chlorella after your cold plunge, your sauna, your red light, so it will pull out the toxins and they won't get reabsorbed. By the way, this is exactly the same with weight loss, whether you're on your own weight loss journey or a GLP-1. Spirulina is essential for any weight loss, particularly GLP-1, because if you're not eating or you're limiting your eating, you will be losing your muscle mass. Remember, spirulina has the highest protein in the world. This can protect your muscles, and the 40 vitamins and minerals will ensure that your cells are regenerating healthily. And there's only 1 calorie per tablet. And you can swallow them, so if you don't feel like eating, just swallow them. But then chlorella is the cleanup crew, because guess where your body stores most of its toxins? In your fat. So as you are losing fat, your body is releasing toxins. Boom! You need the cleanup crew. You don't want to go to a Taylor Swift concert and just hang out there for the rest of the show with all that sticky garbage that's on the floor. This is the same thing that's going on in your body when you are releasing toxins. It's like having all that junk in your trunk, which is also your bowel movement is another important way of removing toxins. And if you don't get rid of that junk in your trunk, your blood circulates around and redistributes all those toxins. So this is how it acts as a prebiotic because of the fiber. It's the chlorophyll that kills bacteria. The hard cell wall attaches the toxins. It stimulates peristalsis, helps you get to sleep. And by the way, your body repairs itself when you're sleeping. So this is why we want you to take this before bed. So think of spirulina as I stay at hotels a lot when I travel, and I sometimes order room service, and I have my food, and I go, oh, I'm ready to rock for the day. And I thought, gosh, that's sort of like spirulina. So think of spirulina as room service, and then I come back to my room afterwards. It's all cleaned up, the junk is taken out, the garbage is cleaned. I thought, oh, that's like chlorella. So think of chlorella as housekeeping, and spirulina as room service. So you see, they do completely different things, but they work well together.
Dr. Catherine Arnston, so amazing every single time, just a wealth of information. Guys, energy bits, recovery bits, I think if you're not on them, you're not experiencing life at your highest energy. I think you can tell that by this young lady here, how she is running circles around all of us, and I think it has something to do with algae. So, Doc, thank you also for, I know that you're not just giving a discount on the products for the VIPs, but you're giving it for everyone.
Everybody. Yes.
This summit or is registered on this summit. So how do they do that? How do they get it? What do they do? Where do they find you?
Absolutely. Our main website, our only website, is energybits.com, ENERGYBITS. And by the way, we call them bits because they're bits of food. There is nothing else in there. Just like Mother Nature, it's a whole food. It's a foundational food. So energybits.com. And the discount code is biostacking, all one word. It works on our bags. These are the best value. The bags, there's 1,000 tablets. We also have really fun canisters that have a little opening. It comes with a bag inside it. So you pour the tablets into the canister. And when you run out, you only buy a canister once. And then when you run out, Then you replenish with the bags. We also have boxes of little pouches of 30 tablets. These are terrific to take to the gym when you're traveling. It's all pre-measured, just toss and go. They're great to add into your lunch, your gym bag, your handbag. So energybits.com is the website. BioStacking gives you 20% off on everything all the time. And I just want to also mention we're very active on social. Our Instagram handle is EnergyBits, same with Facebook. But if you're new to algae, it's been here for 4 billion years. The Egyptians used it 2,000 years ago. The Aztecs in Mexico lived on it 250 years ago. It's been used daily in Asia for over 60 years, where it's a multi-billion-dollar agricultural crop. Yes, that's with a B. I just want to mention to you, you don't know about it because it's not grown here for mass consumption, although I certainly plan to in Florida. And no one's ever explained to you the science of what it does. So that's what I've been doing. But this will make you feel better, look better. Remember, I'm almost 70. I don't use Botox. This is all my hair, my skin. This is all my own hair. I just got my PhD, so my brain is working. I sleep well. I poop well. I just want all of this and more for you, too. So you have two choices as you get older. You can get bitter or you can get better. And we want you to get better. And algae tablets are the easiest way. Stack them with everything else that you're doing. Take them alone. Give them to your kids. No drug interactions. Any age group, for any reason of any lifestyle. Algae will love your body back to life. That's why I have my little book, The Algae Love Story.
We love and appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time to share your passion with us. And guys, tell the world about algae, but tell them with your own success by getting it in your body. Doc, safe travels, and we look forward to next time we chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thanks, everybody.